question is asking us to compute a confidence interval estimate for a mean. So this question says, a clinical trial was conducted to test the effectiveness of a drug for treating insomnia in older subjects. Before the treatment, the 24 subjects had a mean wake time of 100 minutes, and after the treatment, the 24 subjects had a mean wake time of 96.7 minutes and a standard deviation of 22.4 minutes. Assume that the 24 sample values appear to be from a normally distributed population and construct a 90% confidence interval estimate of the mean wake time for a population with the drug treatments. What does the result suggest about the mean wake time of 100 minutes before the treatment? Does the drug appear to be effective? So let's go ahead and do this. Construct the 90% confidence interval estimate of the mean wake time for a population with the treatment. So again, this is a confidence interval for a mean. So what we're going to do is go ahead and open Statcrunch. Notice there's no data provided here. So to open Statcrunch, we can click on Get More Help and then open Statcrunch right from here. So here's our Statcrunch. In this problem, we were given the summary information for the patients who had the treatment. Just as a reminder, after they received the treatment, the 24 subjects had a mean wake time of 96.7 minutes with a standard deviation of 22.4 minutes. So to do a confidence interval for a mean, we're going to go to the Stat key, and then we're going to go to T-stats. We're going to go to one sample because we only had this one sample of patients for this problem. And for this one, we're going to choose with summary. We weren't given any data at all. There was not like a list of data of all the different times these people were awake. We just had the summary information, which is what the mean and standard deviation of those patients were. So we're going to choose with summary. So now we need to type in that summary information. So the sample mean was the mean of the wake time for the patients after they received the treatment. Remember, that was 96.7. The sample standard deviation was 22.4. Remember, those came from the information they gave us here and here. And the sample size was the 24 people. So 24 would go to sample size. We're trying to compute a confidence interval, so I'm going to check the option for confidence interval for mu. That means a mean, same symbol that we have over here. And this was supposed to be a 90% confidence interval. So for the level here, we're going to change this to 0.90. Always enter it as a decimal rather than as a percentage. And that's it. We're going to click compute. So the lower limit is here. That's the smaller value of the confidence interval, which goes in the first position. And then the upper limit is here. That's the higher value that goes in the second position. And they asked us here to round to one decimal place. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy these values one at a time. And then we're going to go ahead and adjust it to make sure we have the right number of digits. Rounding to one decimal place means there should only be one digit after the decimal point. So for the first number, I see 0.8, and then the number that comes after the 8 is a 6. So that means I should round the 8 up to a 9. So we're going to take off the digits we don't need and round up to a 9. And for the second, we have 0.5. The number that comes after the 5 is a 3, so that means that we should not round that 5 up. We're going to leave it the same as it was, and we're going to go ahead and submit our answer. What does the result suggest about the mean wake time of 100 minutes before treatment? Does the drug appear to be effective? So basically what we're looking at is in this confidence interval that we got, is 100 inside that confidence interval? Meaning, is 100 a number that is between 88.9 and 104.5? Well, of course it is, right? So 100 would actually be a number within this range. That means that we expect that 100 minutes for the wake time might be the real mean time that people are awake even when they get the treatment. So that tells us that the treatment didn't really have a significant result, because I still think it's entirely possible that I would be awake for 100 minutes even if I even if I received the treatment, because this is the range of times I would expect someone to be awake, or I would expect the average time of the population for these people to be awake is. So 100 is in that range, so we don't really see evidence that there has been any effect of the treatment. So here I would say the confidence interval includes the mean wake time of 100 before the treatment. Again, 100 is a number between these two numbers. So that means before and after the treatment could be the same, right? 100 is what it was before, and we're saying now it could still be 100 because 100 is in this range. This result suggests that the drug treatment does not have a significant effect. If you haven't had a change after you take the drug, then the drug was not effective.